What's good, everybody? It is Monday, August 3rd, 2022, and this is your daily sports betting brand of record called The Early Edge. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting, and it's not close. A busy day at the brand, but before we look forward, as always, we must look back. And a decent day at the brand on Sunday. These are all of our plays from the entire week. And I tell you what, Prop Stars, yet again, had a phenomenal week. If you are a props bettor, you want to follow him. And oh, by the way, somebody said last night on Early Edge Live that the over would hit early third quarter. 13 minutes, early enough for you? Yeah. Boom! We bang that too. But we can't sit here and tout ourselves. We can't sit here and brag about yesterday. We're here every single day. Let's bring in the stars of the show, because we have a busy day. Look, first and foremost, live from Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, Zach Attack. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. It seems like it's one of those times where the time just slows down. Things are going a little bit slower in the fall season here, but staying steady in football, that's the way I like to have it.
What world are you living in? Things are slowing down.
The only time of the year. I was thinking about it. Like, man, it's things are actually slowing down right now.
All right, well, good. I'm glad they are for you. Now, she's about to transfer from baseball seamlessly into hockey, and she can do them both at the same time. Ali Beth. Good morning, my dear.
Good morning. Less than a week until hockey starts now, so that's super exciting.
Yeah,
Maybe it's the playoffs for MLB, so.
Oh, you're going to be doing both. We're going to have you all the time.
Yes,
I like it. Get the Ice Queen on one shoulder. You got your Major League Baseball diamond on the other. Now, this man is all NFL right now, all the time. He is the maestro, Larry Harstein. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Great to be here. Coach, I got some bad news for you. You know how you didn't like the setup yesterday where you had a London game, you had 9 early games, and you had 3 games that didn't have a lot of drama until the Broncos-Raiders spread got interesting, and then the Packers-Patriots. But it was kind of a dull late afternoon. They're giving it to us again. 9 early games. You got the London game. You get 3 late games. You get the Cardinals and Panthers not playing each other, but Eagles at Cardinals, 49ers at Panthers, and the big game, Cowboys at Rams. That's your late afternoon, week 5.
Why do you have to ruin it for me before we get through week 4? Come on. Why are you bringing me down? But to Maestro's point, we do have to look at our schedule, and it's a busy week. Let's go ahead and throw that up, Jake the Snake, and this is what we call our special show schedule. We're here every single morning at 10 a.m. We have not missed a day since December 2020. Find another show that's done that. I'll wait. But we have so many more. Turn on your notifications. Every time we start a show, you will be notified, so you don't miss any of our content. Don't forget Early Edge and 5 every day at 4 o'clock. We move it around a little bit for our specialty shows, but you guys find us because you are the most amazing community in all of sports betting. But let's get into it. Storylines that could affect the betting lines, and there is a big-time divisional matchup tonight, and we are here for it. 49ers and the Rams. Maestro, start us off.
Yeah, there's a big injury report for the Rams when you're missing your starting center, Brian Allen, and your starting left guard, David Edwards. And the 49ers have 2 key guys questionable. It's Javon Kinlaw up front. I don't know if you remember, but he picked off Stafford for a pick 6 last year in one of those games. And also Eric Armstead. Both questionable, both got limited practices. Those are 2 big defensive tackles. If they can go, this 49ers defense up front, I think is going to be too much to handle for that Rams offensive line.
Oh, a lot of little nuggets. You got to listen to my crew because it matters. Now, Scott in the chat, welcome. He says, back to betting. It's been a while. Give me some hitters. I'm leaning on the Rams heavy right now. I'm hoping Coach agrees. Well, Scott, welcome back to betting. Money management. Bankroll management, you come to the right place. However, as far as the Rams are concerned, Zach, there is a storyline tonight that may say otherwise. Talk to me.
Well, we have this small spread tonight, Coach, and if you're looking at the history here between the Rams and 49ers, Kyle Shanahan and this Niners team has dominated. They've won 6 straight matchups in the regular season. And then if you look at it from an ATS standpoint, they've covered 5 straight, which includes last year's playoffs when they lost by 3 points with a 3.5 point spread. And what I've noticed It has a lot to do with Kyle Shanahan and his play call rhythm in the division. Even when Russell Wilson was with the Seattle Seahawks, those helter-skelter back-and-forth games, the 49ers offense did well. And then, of course, against the Rams, the offense has been doing well. Jimmy Garoppolo last year just seems like he was always just continuously hitting that seam route and that slant route against the Rams. They just could not stop it. And if you go back to last year's show in November, you'll be hearing me say the exact same storyline. So let's see if the 49ers can do it again and win their 7th straight in the regular season against the Rams.
Sometimes streaks are meant to be broken. And I just don't have a lot of confidence in the 49ers right now. I'll be honest with you. I do not. Now, our girl Kelsey in the chat, she needs Cooper Kupp to score a touchdown tonight. That's it. And she hits a big-time parlay. So, Kelsey, we'll come up with something for you for the night game. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know. But I'm going to come up with something because I want you to hit that big-time parlay. Now, baseball is very unlike any other sport. If a team qualifies for the playoffs in another sport, they'll take the foot off the gas pedal. Not in baseball. You want to keep playing well into the playoffs. So, Allie, give me a team today that kind of has an advantage and wants to stay motivated. Talk to me.
Yep. So the Blue Jays, they're 3-0, and Jose Varias would start against the Orioles, and the Orioles, they're 2-0. And Dean Kremer starts against the Blue Jays. But all but 3 of those 16 games between these teams this season have gone over 7.5. So when you have those 2 pitchers that have both been successful against their respective opponents, I think that over could be something to look at. But I will say, I was playing that over until it kind of started to die. And it kind of has in the last couple games, but I would still consider it today.
Don't you hate it when an over dies? It's so sad when an over dies. But they've been as close to automatic, these 2 teams, with the over as you can get this year in baseball. But maybe a few players aren't playing the Blue Jays. Who knows? Who knows? Great storyline, Allie. Thank you very much. All right, it's time to get to our board. And as I told you, we've got 3 shows today that we're going to give out our best bets. So we'll have more at 4 o'clock. Don't even worry about it. But right here, right now, we got to pay those pesky little bills. So here's a word from one of our incredible partners. And we are back. For those watching on YouTube, listening on Apple or Spotify, welcome to the Early Edge. Now, we got one play from SportsLine tonight. And if you are not a SportsLine member yet, what are you doing? I can't take any more tweets saying, Coach, I just spent $800 for what? Coach, I spent $1,000 for what? $10 a month. Or I'll do you a solid. Use the promo code EARLY, and I'll give you 30 days for free. You can try us out, try me out, try all our cappers out. I promise you'll stay afterwards. So today, we're going to go to baseball. And a team that's playing well lately to the finish line is the Chicago White Sox. And they're playing the Twins, who have checked out. So the White Sox, they took 2 of 3 in San Diego against a playoff team. They won 3 of their last 4. And we believe today at the low price of minus 125, they will get it done at home against Minnesota. Now, we call her Alabama for a reason. She loves winners. And Allie, I got to tell you, your Crimson Tide, after letting Arkansas back in a little bit, covered the spread, scored over 40 points, and found out you've got a pretty good backup quarterback. But that's college football. I need a winner on the diamond. You're up first.
Yep. So I'm going to go with the Yankees money line at minus 155. Luis Severino, he's 6-3. I will say he's a little hit or miss, but he doesn't really get hit very hard. His main problem really comes from when he starts to struggle, and then that home run, and of course everyone that he walked and all that scores. But overall, I would say he's way more consistent than Martin Perez. He has been one of the Rangers' better pitchers, but in his last 3 starts, he has a 4.42 ERA and a 1.42 WHIP. But the Rangers have lost 5 straight in 8 of their last 9, and mostly Aaron Judge only has 61 home runs still. And I know whatever he's going to do to try to get him to get that 62 by the end of the season, I think he will. So I'm going to back the Yankees.
I am begging him to hit 62 so I don't have to have a break into my programming for him to be walked by another pitcher. Oh, my goodness. But I love this play. Now, Ben Shepard says, every time on an under dies, Coach gets his wings. Now, Maestro, I know I'm coming to you in a second, but Zach Attack, there is no way when I'm in such a good mood that you would bring an under to the table. So what do you got for us today, sir?
Yep, I'm going with an under, Coach. I was going to go with the side today, but Larry beat me to it. So I'm going to go with a prop here with the under on Allen Robinson, 39.5. And what I've noticed with these primetime props, you can wait a little bit. This market has not settled. It's going to be high fluctuation throughout the day. This was 37.5, so it is on the move. Maybe you can get 41.5 in a few hours here as the sports books open up here in Las Vegas right now and the numbers start to move. But what we're seeing here with Allen Robinson, this is like a tier 3 wide receiver stat here. The market has plummeted with him, and people are thinking this is going to be the week. Well, I don't think it's going to be, because Matthew Stafford, he is second in the NFL right now with completion percentage at 73%. Geno Smith, surprisingly, 77%, but he is not targeting Allen Robinson. Only 12 targets this year, only 7 catches overall for 88 yards. So under 30 yards receiving per game right now. This acquisition, bringing him in, is just not working out, and I'm not sure what they're going to do, because everyone else has worked out. Deshaun Jackson, he was able to get deep when he was playing for them last year. OBJ was able to have success, but for some reason, Allen Robinson, it is not working out, and I don't think that Matthew Stafford is going to look his way tonight. This is going to be a key game. It's going to be back and forth, tight game. You're not confident in him, you're not going to go his way. So I'm going to take under 39.5 yards receiving for Allen Robinson.
Yeah, and here at the brand, we have certainly learned the hard way when it comes to Allen Robinson, as we were on him the first couple of weeks, and he did nothing, absolutely nothing. Now, Aaron in the chat says the hardest part about betting NFL props is that a player can get injured easy and ruin it. We say it all the time. Props are very difficult. We don't understand it when you go, Coach, that guy, you said he's going to have 48 yards. He hurt his ankle, and you screwed me. No, injuries happen. Be careful with props. As PropStar says, who's a god, there are a lot more ways for unders to come in than for overs to come in. Now, with that being said, Maestro, this is your coveted spot. I have people that DM me all the time offering me money to be in the final spot on the show. I always say no. Maestro, you're up.
I appreciate that, Coach. And I'm going to go with the 49ers, and I'm glad that Zach is on the same side. And it has to do with, obviously, the history of this matchup and how bad they looked on national television. I think we're getting a little bit of value out of that. I think this line should be closer to 3 with the way they've dominated this series. And you look at Jimmy Garoppolo, he has to play better. You know, he cannot step out of the end zone. He cannot miss Deebo Samuel wide open for a touchdown or underthrow Deebo Samuel. I think he'll play better at home. He's gotten more time to get those reps, which he missed all summer. And they give up 2.8 yards per rush. I believe Sean McVay will be stubborn and try to run it anyway. They give up the lowest yards per play. This defense is totally elite. We talked about the offensive line issues for the Rams, and I know there's no Trent Williams, but they do get Brunskill, a starting guard, back, and they've had a week to plan for Trent Williams' absence. It's not going to be pretty. I do think it'll be about 20-17 or 23-20, but I love the 49ers after they got embarrassed last week on national television and come back at home in a prop. And I am going over with Brandon Ayuk. I got it last night over 48.5. I'm seeing it up in the 52.5. I'd probably play it just to 50.5, really. 8 targets the last 3 games with Jimmy G. This is his favorite target. In fact, since the middle of last season, no receiver on the 49ers was targeted more than Brandon Ayuk. And it really has to go with the Rams secondary. When you look at Jalen Ramsey on one side, but who's on the other side? Troy Hill is out. David Long is out. Kobe Durant, a good 4th-round rookie, he's out. They're playing a 6th-round rookie, Kendrick, out of Georgia, and he got lit up last week, played 90% of the snaps. You know, Hollywood Brown went for 140. Drake London has had good games. A lot of receivers have been going off against this Rams team. They're not the elite defense that we think of anymore. So I love Brandon Ayuk over 48.5.
Did you hear that while you were giving your take? I didn't know if you could hear that. So when you gave out the 49ers minus 1.5, my dog came running. You remember I'm out in like this makeshift. My dog came running down the steps and stopped because he couldn't believe that you gave the 49ers out on the show. And I said, hey, buddy, I got it. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. True story. It just happened. And I was like, be quiet. Now, with that being said, how can I let Buddy question the 49ers without asking you? Maestro, live here on the show. It's going to be a bad day, a bad night for San Francisco. So, sir, I would love to challenge you. As Scott says in the chat, is anyone going to call for a showdown for Monday Night Football? Oh, I'm calling for it right here, right now. Now, before you answer, I do understand you had kind of a rough weekend when it comes to showdowns. So I'm just going to throw it out there. Are you in or are you out?
Oh, I am definitely in on this one.
Jake the Snake, hit the music.
It's gonna be a showdown.
Oh, I'm going to take half, and Buddy gets a special treat just for giving me the idea. Oh, so we got a showdown to start the day, and I'm loving it. Now, I do actually like the prop that you gave out, though, a lot. Now, before we get to the recap, I told people, become SportsLine members. There's so many new fun things, exciting things happening. Maestro, what do you have?
Yeah, I just wanted to highlight a few of the experts in NFL that are off to amazing starts. I mean, Zach here on the screen is 11-4 to start the season. We have Jeff Hockman. You know, he's very reclusive. He's very mysterious, but he's 8-0. He's very selective. He's 8-0 this season on the site in NFL. And then Brett Anderson, who I like to call the silent assassin. He's an NFL editor at CBS Sports. And not only is he 7-1 this season, he was 23-9 last season, also very selective. That's 30-10 since the start of last season. Those are just some guys to look at. And obviously, RJ continues to kill it as well.
I'm not a math major, but that's 75% from the guys that you just said. And I get asked all the time, Coach, there's got to be hidden fees. There's got to be more. No, it's straightforward. We want to build a community. We don't just want to gouge you and just take your money and then never talk to you again. That's not what we do. That's not what we're about. All right. Now, that being said, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap, courtesy of Jake the Snake on the ones and the twos. Maestro's on the 49ers, but we have a showdown. And I've got the Rams plus 1.5. Then Brandon Ayuk over 48.5 receiving yards. Then Zach Attack, one big play today. We're going under on Allen Robinson. He just hasn't been in the game plan lately. Then I forgot to give my two plays out. I'm going to give them out right here and right now. We're talking about motivation. We're talking about teams that want to stay hot. Braves still have not clinched the NL East. I can get them at this number against Miami. I'll take it all day. Then the Rays also, they've qualified for the playoffs, but there's a new wild card series this year. There's still stuff to play for. I love the Rays in Boston tonight, minus 140. Then Alabama, she's on the Yankees money line, minus 155. Then one play from SportsLine itself, White Sox money line at minus 125. Do not forget a busy day at the brand. Early Edge in 5 at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Then, of course, our big Early Edge live show at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time to argue, discuss, and have a lot of fun counting down to Monday Night Football, the Rams on the road in San Francisco. So with that being said, give me my one shot. I love it. There's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, Bud Mo, Zach Attack, Alabama, the Maestro, Jake the Snake on the ones and the twos. I am the coach. Tell all your friends. Just turn on your notifications. You can go run your errands, do whatever you got to do. And the second we start, boom, you know it. You can sit down on a park bench and watch your favorite crew right here at the Early Edge. Good luck.